Hi everyone, Letty here. Welcome to hashtag Crafty Goals 2024. This is going to be a 6x6 smash video. I am smashing Little Circus by Violet Studio. I made a total of 54 cards. Welcome back everyone. So I was participating in hashtag Crafty Goals 2023. I started this video last year. I'm ending it for 2024 now. I did smash the Little Circus by Violet Studio. This was a 6x6 paper pad that I had purchased sometime in 2023. It came with 36 single-sided sheets. You have 3 of each of the patterns and you had 12 different patterns. So this is just a really quick flip through of those patterns. Again, the back side is white. It's just a plain single-sided paper on the backside. And so these are the different patterns. I thought these were so fun and whimsical, and I thought these would lend themselves great to 1, some baby cards, but then 2, cards for kids for some upcoming donations. And so one of my goals is to make a ton of donation cards in this quarter. And so I went ahead and wanted to smash this to make some cards for donation. So I did pick up the sticker book as well. You see here, you get 4 sheets of each of the sticker designs. I can tell you right now, I did not end up using this completely. So this will go back in my stash once I finish this wrap up. But Little Circus by Violet Studio, let me show you what I did. I also did bring in a Temu stamp and die set that I had picked up. I thought it was just too cute and I thought it would work really great with this paper pad. And so it does have some sentiments, but you'll see later in the video, I'm going to bring in my own stamp because I just didn't think these would work for the types of cards I was making, which were going to be some kid donations to Cards for Cubs. And then I did also buy this little elephant die. I ended up not using this, but again, you'll see as you go along. I've already pre-stamped all of the images that came in that Temu stamp set, and I did take out some alcohol markers that I thought would work really well. And you'll see here, I have a hodgepodge of different styles and kinds of alcohol markers, a bunch of different brands. I picked out some colors that I thought would work well. So what I'm going to do next is go ahead and color them off camera and then die cut them and kind of move into the next phase for this project. So I've already pre-colored and die cut all of my images. This is literally how the process goes for me. I decide what I want to do and then I just start doing everything in phases. So you have a lion, a giraffe, a little zebra, so super cute, these little images, a little monkey that's playing a drum holding a balloon, so stinking cute. And then we also have an elephant also playing a drum. So super, super cute, just a fun little variety of images that I'll be using for these projects. I'll primarily be doing cards. Let's move into the next phase of my project. So the next thing I did was I took out all of the sheets of paper from this paper pad so I could see what I was going to use, and I brought out some coordinating cardstock. So I have some white card bases that I'll be using for most of my cards. I also did bring some 6x6 cardstock, cut it down from 12x12s for some mini slimline cards, and then I have some additional layering mats for the A2s and then some smaller little layering silver cardstock mats as well. I went through and I sort of matched everything up and I decided what I wanted to do. So this first single sheet is going to be just some full-size 6x6 cards. I'm going to cut these down, layer them with this little silver cardstock, and I'm going to add those to the fronts of some cards. I have 3 sheets of those, so 12 images there. So that right there will be 12. There'll be 15 cards total. Then what I'm going to do is break down the rest of these patterns. Just depending on what I have left, I'll use those little images and probably bring in some of these stickers as well and just make as many cards as I can. I like these little baby sentiments. This is going to make some good baby cards. So I think this will be super fun. Now, what I've done is for hashtag Crafty Goals 2024, you see here I've started recording now in the new year. I have already smashed this entire pad. This is the Violet Studio Little Circus paper pad. This was a 6x6. It came with 36 single-sided sheets, so the backs were white. I did also have this sticker book, but I did not get to use all of the stickers, and I think I mentioned that earlier in the video. I did use a good little chunk of most of the or some of the sheets, but not all of them. So that will just go back in my stash. And then of course the Temu stamp and die set, I'm going to put that back in my stash. You can see here another little close-up of everything that came. I ended up not using any of these sentiments that came with it just because I didn't think they were as appropriate for the types of cards I was making, but I did definitely use those images. I did not also use that little elephant, but I'll just keep it in my stash for the next time I make some circus or zoo kind of animal themed cards. So let's do a full recap. Here is what I had left over after smashing mostly just what from when I die cut out some mats, and then some little triangles from when I made some fishtail banners. Not much of anything. That will definitely get recycled. But then I also did have a few images left over, and I brought in one stamp set, and I used this little stamp set that's called Wonder Anya from the Greeting Farm. I think I purchased that at Not Too Shabby a while back. And so I made 54 total cards. I made 3 baby 6x6 cards. I had mentioned, I think I was just going to leave this as a full frontal card, and I ended up doing that. I made a 6x6 card with this. I did add some glossy accents to the front, and then I added a white panel on the inside of the card and added several of those little stickers. I figured I left a little space there that I could write something in the inside, and I did add a sticker to the outside of the card. So these are super easy, super basic, but the paper was doing all of the work for me. I also made 51 donation cards, and these are going to be for Cards for Cubs. I made 12 mini slimline cards, and so this was just basically a 12 by 12 cut into 6 by 6, and then I folded it in half. I had some of these Feliz Cumpleaños, happy birthday sentiments in my stash, and so I wanted to make a diversity of different birthday cards, including some for Spanish, Spanish speakers. And so I went ahead and brought these in, and these were just the colors I already had stamped. And then I had a couple of those, I Think You're Awesome, also already stamped, went ahead and brought those in. So 12 mini slimlines. Then I made the rest in A2 size. So I did use the December 2023 sheetload of cards by Call Me Crafty Al. I will link Alicia's channel down below so you can get access to that. And I did add some scraps on the inside. You see, that's where I had those little triangle scraps from when I cut those fishtail banners. So I did use that What a Wonder You Are stamp sentiment from the Wonder Anya stamp set. And I added some half ovals and circles that I had die cut out on these. These are just going to be so super fun for the donation. They'll be perfect, I think, because the Cards for Cubs donation wants birthday cards or encouragement cards for kids. And so I thought those would be super fun. And then I also did a couple of additional designs. So I did some more of the December 2023 sheet load, but this time I did not put that white half circle or oval in the back. And I did add the sentiment down in that sort of rectangle towards the bottom area of the card. So again, these are very similar to the other ones. I added scraps on the insides of these cards as well. I didn't show it to you here, but I did add any scraps I had left over on the inside. And then this final round is where I used those 3x3s. I layered them with a 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 mat and made just a basic Polaroid card where it looks like a Polaroid. Again, I have some scraps on the inside, and I added those Feliz Cumpleaños, happy birthday sentiment at the very bottom. So you get 3 of each of the designs. Here are the 4 different designs that we got from those 3x3 cut apart. So again, 54 total cards made. I ended up with 51 donation cards and 3 baby cards. They'll just go back into my stash from the little Circus 6x6 pad by Violet Studio. I had picked up last year. And again, this was for hashtag Crafty Goals 2024 because I did finish this project this year. Thanks so much for visiting, everyone. I hope you got a little bit of inspiration. It's time to take out those 6x6s and get it to smashing. Happy crafting.